What up? Hey, everybody. What's going on?
Hey, you're doing all right. Doing all right.
Black Comic Lords in the building. Wednesday wrap up live. It's your boy Rich. I got the Queen Angel with me and the super duper producer, Imperious Flex Derek in the building. And all three of us here, so we won't get fined. The shenanigans supposed to go down. We're waiting on a couple more of the Black Comic Lords squad. Talking to you, Paul. Talking to you, Herschel. We asked perhaps some others perhaps will join us later on, but we wanted to go ahead and get started. Hope everybody is doing all right. So how the two of y'all doing?
I'm doing really good. Just chilling. I'm ready to read some comic books because today's comic book day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is Wednesday. And every Wednesday should be a holiday. You know, we should get the day off with pay. And the only thing we should do is just everybody's got to go to a comic shop, and they got to get something. You got to have a pull list. So, yeah. So,
hey, Rich, we would be remiss if we didn't just take a moment. I mean, this is like our first time doing a Wednesday night wrap up show. We're still working out the, maybe what we're going to do in these shows as we go forward. But thanks to those who have joined us, Louisiana Kid 08. Bot Boy versus CGZ, Pericles, Gordon. Thanks all for joining.
Absolutely. So it is comic book day. I know some of you guys perhaps got a chance to go to the shop. Hopefully you did. If you may have not read your books, we're not going to get into specifics. A lot of stuff did come out this week. But before we get into the comic book stuff, we're going to talk about we're gonna talk some nerd stuff first, and the biggest nerd stuff that's out right now is Godzilla, -1. Okay, now all of us have seen it, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I gotta say, man, best Godzilla movie I've ever seen, and I'm not even exaggerating. That's a good movie. For those of you out there that have not seen it yet, go see it. Please go see it. It is worth the price of admission. So what do you guys think about the movie?
it's nostalgic. So you have the original owners, creators, and writers that put everything into this. Everything.
Yes.
So if you grew up watching it, you were just, it was everything. And Godzilla is supposed to be godlike and kaiju. And it brought the realization of the fear and the terror, like true dragon fear, as we never seen before in any of the movies. So it's just the brilliance of it. I
Yeah.
love, and it's the original cat face. Like there's
Yes.
all these different forms of Godzilla, different, I guess, evolution.
Surprise!
Godzilla, but the cat face is the original, and I love it. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick.
Uh-oh.
While Angel's going that, one of the Black Comic Lords Society.
Wow.
There you go. There you go.
Hold on, hold it still. I'm gonna put you in the focus, Angel.
That's man, that's nice.
Here we go.
That's nice.
Shows the front view too.
And he's got the blue
Yes, he does.
just like in the movie.
I got the original Godzilla from back in the 1960s.
Have you seen the movie yet, Paul?
Here we go.
No, I haven't seen the movie yet.
Trey, you know what? Shame on you, bro.
Okay, what's going on there? Herschel, who's doing that now?
He who trolls. All right.
He's already trolling us.
That's a doggone shame. Well, look, I will say that this movie is like I said, by far is the best Godzilla movie, and to your point, Angel, very, very scary movie. Back in the day, Godzilla would just trample over some buildings, and the people would fake like they scared. No, these people are really terrified of Godzilla in this movie. And we were talking in the back, guys, and the budget on this film was how much, Derek?
$15 million.
$15 million.
Like you can't even.
Yeah.
You can't even get a sound. Get a song on a movie for $15 million these days.
You can't even hire a big budget, actor for a movie.
No, you can't.
No.
That's amazing. And could I just mention one thing quickly? The only Godzilla movie I've ever seen before was like the King Kong versus Godzilla. So I never got into that stuff before, but I heard, a few people saying this movie was good. So I said, let me check this out. And what I appreciated about it is not just about the monster. It really gets you into, the characters. It's about the story. Mm-hmm. You really care. You care about what's going on with them. And then on top of that, I don't know how they did this for 15 million, because I can't say they had just the best CGI in the world, but it seemed like a very practical effects. Yep. Practical CGI is what I would call it if it was CGI. And yeah.
I tell you what, man, when Godzilla blows spikes on the back of his, when they go up, bro. Mm-hmm. I got chills. Oh, because it ain't like the regular Godzilla that we used to, or whatever. Man, so y'all go see Godzilla.
Go see it. We need part 2. Okay.
I can't take any of this discussion seriously looking at Herschel right now. Let's just
what the freak? But so hold on. So if I'm trolling T'Challa, then it's a problem. But I'm actually trying to glorify our Lord and Savior.
No,
you're not. You ain't gonna do that with me on here. You ain't gonna do that with me on here. I rebuke that now in the name of Jesus. We don't stop that foolishness right now.
Listen.
Don't blaspheme me on Bass. Don't blaspheme me on Bias.
We got a super chat.
Guess what? Boycott activity. First super chat of evening. Thank you so much, boycott activity. Let's give you a super chat video.
Okay, guys. Speaking of Black Panther, Herschel's got the mask on. We got some news. We got some news that Marvel is finally trying to make do on their promises. However, I think Marvel has upped the ante when it comes to shade. Because now Herschel did a video earlier. He made a point to he said, "This is just me." I'm so glad he did that because stuff that he talked about in the video I thought was hilarious. Because according to the article, they're going to be talking about heroes over the history of Wakanda. Nothing about your boy T'Challa.
Wait a minute. Wait, run that back because I missed that part.
I know you did.
Oh man.
Wait. We're not talking about Kill. Wait. We're talking about the cartoon, or we're talking about Killmonger in the story?
We're talking about the cartoon. We're talking about the cartoon.
Eyes of Wakanda.
That's what we're talking about.
Do you mean to freaking tell me?
Look. I'm gonna let y'all finish. But I have something to say on this. But
guy, disclaimer's ready already.
Hold on. Is this why people have been like not as much vocalization as I would have wanted? Are you
bro? Look.
They've been talking about this on the internet all day. What are you talking about?
I will say I'm gonna let you get to it, Paul. Because listen. When I saw the clip, I just held my head down. I was like, boy, the recast T'Challa and the Coat of Boss gonna go in. Marvel is playing a game with the Black Panther fans.
Yes.
They are playing a game. And here's the thing. I have come to this realization that at the end of the day, we love Wakanda. I think we all do. The idea of Wakanda. But there is no Wakanda without T'Challa. And while they have not said so many things, this is another inch to getting that guy out the conversation. I think at the end of the day, they really want to remove T'Challa out of the consciousness of the public square. They want him to be the cultish figure that he's always been, but they really don't want that guy to go past that. And I think this is going to be one of those stories where we're going to get Wakanda, but it's not guaranteed we're going to ever see T'Challa. So, Paul, tell us what you think.
Hold on. Do we need a proactive disclaimer?
Yeah, pull out the disclaimer. I need that prepaid now.
All right. Here we go, Paul.
I'm not even going to fight it.
That was a quick one.
Yeah. So, Paul, come on, man.
All right. So let me show you a statement on Twitter regarding this. Let me share my screen here. Hold on, give me a second.
I missed this.
When I saw your video, Herschel, I was like, okay, he had really did the whole thing on it.
Here's the question I asked for you guys. Do you consider this another form of the continued mantelization of the Black Panther franchise? Smoke, mirrors, and distractions to avoid the issue of the recast of T'Challa? That's the question. Right? Look, I've been talking about this on Wakanda Whiskey and Blurredom for the last almost 2 years now. That Marvel, people talk about, the recast of T'Challa, they make him out as these cultists, these strange guys who are just hung up on recasting T'Challa. It's not. It's gone beyond that. I don't even really use the recast T'Challa anymore, as I use the hashtag Save T'Challa, because it's not just about recasting Chadwick Boseman's character. At this point, we all know that the MCU runs Marvel, and I mean Marvel Comics. Kevin Feige got made in charge of everything Marvel. That includes the comics. Whereas back when Kevin Feige was doing Avengers and Captain America #1 and Iron Man, Marvel Comics was the source material for the MCU. That's no longer the case. The MCU has become Marvel Entertainment. And as a result, Marvel Comics is really just the promotional material for the MCU because that's where the money is. So as a result, there's synchronicity between what you see in the movies and what you see in the comics. Everything that you see in the movies that we comic fans are like, hey, that's not consistent, that's not canon. Guess what? If it's not canon, you see it in the movie, it's gonna be. I mean, you get in the comics now, Ms. Marvel's now a mutant. Like, that came out of left field. She was an Inhuman. Now she's a mutant. Why? Because the television show on Disney Plus said she was a mutant. Because the MCU said it. So it has to be in the comic books now. So when Marvel said, hey, we're not recasting T'Challa, that was one thing. But then they went a step further and they said, the Black Panther is just a mantle. They doubled down on the concept of not recasting the actor by saying, Black Panther's not all that important. Anybody could be Black Panther. There's lots of Black Panthers. Nowhere in history has that ever been an issue. Mantleization has never been an issue. It's never been an issue with Superman or Batman or Spider-Man. No one said, it's just a mantle to be Spider-Man. It was just a mantle to be Batman or Wonder Woman or Superman. No one's ever said that. There have been plenty of actors that have played these roles, but it's always been Peter Parker, Diana Prince, Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent have consistently been the characters we've seen with various actors.
Paul, I got a question. Got a question for you.
Oh, let me finish. All of a sudden, when it's Black Panther, the #1 single superhero movie of all time, and certainly the #1 Black superhero by far, all of a sudden becomes just a mantle that we can pass on and we can water it down. And so this is really another part of that, is they're trying to de-emphasize who T'Challa is. That's why he got dragged. We had 15 issues of him getting dragged in the last Black Panther run, because they're really trying to deconstruct and drag him through the mud and make him not important. They want to big up Wakanda. They want to make Wakanda still relevant, but they want to make everyone else in Wakanda relevant and de-emphasize T'Challa. I stand on that square. I got receipts.
We got a super chat.
That's exactly what's happening.
Super chat.
Mixed feelings about this series, though. I love to have more content on anything Wakanda. It is hard to ignore the agenda of minimizing T'Challa importance / relevance in Marvel.
That's exactly how I feel. I love to see more Wakanda.
Derek, go ahead, hit the man with the super chat. I'm gonna ask my question, Paul.
Yeah, I've said my piece.
Donations. I thought
Wait,
it was a trap.
I'm still lost. Are they going to focus on other characters? Black characters?
Thank you.
To answer your question real quick, Hirsch, because I want to ask my question to Paul. But to answer your question, no. What they're doing in this particular series, supposedly, is that there have been heroes. According to the press release, there have been heroes. There have been heroes over the course of history that have retrieved artifacts, vibranium artifacts all over the world. This animated series is about that. It does. Here's the thing. What I wanted to ask you, Bob, was this.
Yeah.
Now, the story or the title is Eyes of Wakanda.
Right.
But it's not. It doesn't explicitly say Black Panther.
Correct.
It just says Eyes for Wakanda.
Right.
So my question to you is this: given what you just and the point you made, and I happen to agree with you. However, to just kind of push back a little bit for debate's sake, do you think this is just perhaps giving us some more quote unquote lore or background, or do you think this is something that are they going to pull anything from the comics? And when I saw the thing, I thought to myself, what's in the comics that relates to this? Mm-hmm. Or is this something brand new?
No, this is it's going to be a combination of both. We've There was a Wakanda series that came out earlier this year, right, to talk about the history of the Black Panthers. They've really been emphasizing the fact that there have been other Black Panthers throughout history. But again, that goes back to the mantleization concept. They're trying to emphasize the fact that anybody could be Black Panther. That way they can avoid any stories involving T'Challa per se. That's what this is about. And no other superhero do they do this to. Certainly none of the white superheroes. They never have. They don't do this with them.
No,
they're only doing it with T'Challa.
Yeah.
And it's clearly an agenda and intent for them to do so.
I would add the movie
go ahead, Angela.
itself. I would add the movie itself. Will with Killmonger coming in as the cousin and being able to take on, going through the process and becoming Black Panther was an introduction for them to put it in, even though it can be part of the story in that sense, but the movie really emphasized, okay, this is the long lost cousin and he's coming back and he takes over everything. This is Wakanda that's supposed to be so invincible that nobody in the world knew about them. But the one guy who was outside of them could just all of a sudden take over everything? Come on. They already planted the seeds with the movie. So I'll agree with that. And then additionally, this year with the strikes with the writers and the actors, for the first time that I can remember, they had movie advertisements on the trade dress on all of the Marvel comics. Now, advertisement was always on the inside or on the back. Marvel's advertisement was on the trade dress. It just ruined the covers for a whole period in November. I don't know if anybody noticed that.
Yeah.
So, yes, to both points, they're just trying to make it easy for anybody to put the mask on. And then additionally, MCU is trying to lead the pack, and the comic books are starting to gear towards the movie storylines instead of the source being what drives the movie, which is a huge mistake.
It's interesting to see what's trending on Twitter.
Yes.
White Wolf.
What is that?
The concept of a white Black Panther.
Where are we going with that one? White Wolf. What is that?
I know where they're going with that. People joke about, particularly, people of the other persuasion will joke about, Black Panther. What if there's a White Panther? And we always say, that's silly. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, I said it.
I want this to be recorded. At some point, there's going to be a white Black Panther.
I said it last week. I said it last week on my show.
There's going to be a white Black Panther. And we all joke for all these years talking about there's never going to be a white Black Panther. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, no.
There's going to be a white Black Panther.
No,
let's play this back a couple years from now when they do it.
Hey, guess what? Y'all want to hear something real? There might be an LGBTQ Black Panther very soon in the books too. Get ready. We don't know. Listen, as much as I troll, much as I joke, all the so when Paul finished his synopsis on what he read, my biggest question to Paul for you, the question, and this is a dumb question, but I gotta ask it: why? What is it about T'Challa that they're like, no, we can't do this? What has he done? I think
here's the deal, Herschel. What he represents is he represents Black manhood. He represents intelligence.
Yes.
He listen, here's the truth. The truth be told, they have stripped T'Challa from the character of 1966. Me and Paul go back and forth all the time talking about this. Have we seen T'Challa from the comics on screen? We have not seen that guy.
Because the truth was Civil War.
Because the truth is T'Challa is the scientist, not Shuri. She might be a scientist now, but it was T'Challa who was originally the scientist.
Right.
He's one of the smartest human beings in the planet. He's like Reed Richards' comparable. Okay, so you have not seen that guy on screen. Plus, here's the deal: the Black Panther, T'Challa, the Black Panther, is very aggressive. Paul uses the word warriors. These are a race of warriors, very aggressive. You have not seen that guy on screen. And I don't think it's in their best interest to bring that guy on screen because he represents Black manhood, which we know historically they have tried to demasculate. They have tried to strip away what Black manhood is. So again, it's a conspiracy theory, but those of us who live in the Black community are well aware of what's going on in the larger society. This is comics, right? However, many things that come out of comics are based on either experiences or either perspectives that one may not consider. Marvel does not want to make that investment in T'Challa because what would happen is T'Challa would be basically the top of the food chain.
Yeah. So think about it. When that movie dropped, T'Challa went from being a C-list character in terms of who the mainstream people know to an A-list character overnight.
What we doing?
Overnight. Black Panther became an A-list character overnight. Marvel wasn't prepared for that. They had no idea how successful that movie was, how much it would be embraced, particularly by the African-American community. I can't even just say African-American community because they had just as many big showings in like Africa itself. In South Africa, they had openings, that were huge.
So, Paul, you're basically telling me now they're doing damage control and trying to just pour water all over this character to minimize.
They've been doing damage control since Wakanda forever.
He's too big. They had set him up to become the leader of the Avengers had Chadwick Boseman unfortunately not died. And they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do after he died. And they put it in the wrong man's hands. They said, Ryan Coogler, Nate Moore, what do you want to do? And Ryan Coogler, speaking from grief, said, I can't do a movie with him. We just got to kill him off. I gotta do my therapy by making an homage to his death for $275 million of therapy in a film. And I say that jokingly, but in essence, think about it. That's what the film was. Tell me it wasn't. He said it himself.
So now we fast forward, because that film happened in 2022. We fast forward to 2023. Basically, what you guys are sitting here telling me is this character has so much of an impact. We got to water him down, but we'll give y'all little bits and pieces of other things to distract you. But here's my thing. That movie,
character assassination of every powerful Black man throughout history. Name a powerful celebrity Black man who has not systematically been taken down a peg. Name one.
I listen, guys. It is what it is. But can we get to the positive, the positive news? Can we talk about at least about Brian Hill's Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther run is getting ready to come out?
So yeah, I would love to talk about that. But Derek, can we play the trailer for that Marvel released yesterday on Brian Hill's Ultimate Black Panther?
Can we? Are you sure we ain't gonna get flagged?
It's an advertisement that they put on YouTube. We shouldn't get flagged.
But it's theirs, and they might say, "Oh, this is Marvel."
It's their thing. Look, if you haven't seen it, go on Marvel's website on their YouTube page. Play the Brian Hill Ultimate Black Panther trailer. I have not been so excited to read a Black Panther run in so long until I saw that trailer. It got me excited for like Black Panther action, and it was a new take on it. And I'm already a big fan of the Ultimate Universe. I was an original collector of the Ultimate Universe back in the day. The original Ultimate Black Panther sucked. Brian Hill is an excellent writer. What he's doing on Blade is nothing less than phenomenal.
Yep.
He's basically writing a screenplay for the Blade film in comics right now.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing another take of him doing Black Panther. He did Black Panther Unconquered, which is an excellent one shot that he did.
Blade number 6 is amazing.
Telling you, he's killing it.
Yeah, no spoilers.
We're not gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. We're not gonna spoil it. We ain't gonna spoil it, but it is amazing. I will say that.
I want to say this last thing before we go here. I just want to make sure I heard it correctly, and I know I can fool with some conspiracies here now. It's not too bogus, but I wonder. This is a rhetorical. Don't nobody answer this question. It's rhetorical. Marvel really thinks or believes, and maybe we do too, that by reviving this, keeping T'Challa in the movie theaters, maybe can spin off some type of revolution, and Black people are gonna really go to this next level. I'm not saying that's bullshit. I'm just saying that was in their head at the exec meeting. Like, we gotta. They're sitting back like, no. Like, that's crazy.
I don't think it was necessarily in the head. Here's the thing, Herschel.
Yeah, I don't think
you know as well as I do that art inspires. Art inspires. Public Enemy, when they was doing that thing in the 90s or whatever, one of the things that Chuck D said that the Public Enemy's goal was to create 5,000 Black leaders. Now, what those leaders look like today, I don't know. They may be presidents of CEOs of companies. They may be just your everyday brother on the blocks, trying to do right. But the point is, when it comes to things like art or whatever, put T'Challa, for example. We know how the impact of T'Challa is, because when Chadwick Boseman died, and there were clips going around on the internet of little kids, little Black boys, with their statue, with their little action figures, laid out, and all the Marvel heroes surrounding him. That's a little kid mourning his hero.
Yeah.
So if a kid is going to do that in death, imagine what he would do if his character is alive and his character is one of the baddest characters. He's going to believe, because here's the thing. Why do you think that so many white guys go hard when people mess up Superman? Why do you think so many guys go hard when things get jacked up with Batman? They go bananas over these characters.
Right. And yet us Black Panther fans are viewed as weirdos because we say recast T'Challa and stop killing off T'Challa, and we're viewed as weird because we're going hard for our singular, super popular A-list Black superhero.
Hey,
but I'll give you any Black Panther anything. If you want to shut this movement down, don't give you no Eye of Wakanda. Just let the character fade off. Why are we
look, Herschel, they're doing that. That's the whole point of the mantelization, is bigging up everything except T'Challa. It waters it down. It's watering it down because if you're emphasizing everyone around him,
you're just breaking all this stuff back up. Don't do a Disney Plus show. I don't understand their game. If I'm hearing you guys right, I'm not saying what y'all saying is wrong, but don't give us a Disney Plus show if you don't want to get any smoke or you don't want anybody to rise up. Don't do a Disney Plus show.
It's the mentality.
I don't think that that's the point, Herschel. I think here's the thing. I think that they had been saying that they were going to do some Wakanda stuff for a while. Yeah. We already knew that was coming down the pipe. And we certainly had no clue that they were getting ready to do an animated show. They never said anything about animation. They said that Ryan Coogler was going to oversee some other Wakanda projects. I don't even know if he's even over this because it's animation, and that's not his strong suit. So somebody else is doing this at Marvel. Again, my thing is with this situation. I think we're all going to watch it. However, I do think that there's something to the situation with T'Challa that's disturbing for a lot of us as fans, because it's like you've never seen no one else experience this. No other character that's been on screen has quote unquote actor dies, and then we say, okay, well, we're not going to recast the character, or we're just not going to put the character on screen. He's not going to be recasted in the 616 ever again. That's their word. That's their quote. And so again, they don't do us any favors, or they don't do the hardcore Black Panther fans any favors. Because again, the show is called Eyes of Wakanda. Not Black Panther. Black Panther's nowhere in the title.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed that you're going to even see Black Panther. It may be a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type show. It may be an Agents of Wakanda type show. We don't know.
They specify
it's animation also.
They're picking up artifacts throughout history. So the idea is they may possibly go into the history of Wakanda, dating back God knows how far, and showing agents going out in the world recovering vibranium artifacts throughout the world. That's actually an intriguing concept. I'm actually down to see that, but I'm not going to pretend that this isn't a continuation of the concept of let's focus on everything except T'Challa. Let's distract the fans from everything over the fact that we're not doing a show with T'Challa. They could have, there's no reason why, given the success of Disney Plus's animated projects, they can't have a Black Panther series. Why not?
I like War Dogs. I like Frustrated's comment. He says he think it's a War Dog story. So that's what
I agree. I honestly think it's more of a War Dogs type thing.
Well,
I think the quote unquote eyes of Wakanda are actually another euphemism for the War Dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say this, so I know we got to move on to Ultimate. Listen, as a troll, Marvel, look at you right. You're doing too much, bro. As a troll, y'all doing too much. Like, come on, like it's time to come on. All right,
you know what? Look, I will say this though. Think about this for a second, okay, guys. You had the negative press with Johnny Law's run, right? You follow that up. You get Dr. Eve Ewing on the run, who's doing a real good job on the run, right? You turn around and we got some issues with the video game that's getting ready to come out because people are paranoid whether or not T'Challa's going to be in it or not. There's been a lot of Black Panther conversation, and this just kind of adds on to that. You know what I'm saying? It's like another log on the fire, so to speak. But the Ultimate Black Panther comic book that's coming out, definitely looking forward to that. Brian Hill's writing that. I mean, the more Black Panther we get, the more the merrier. That's what I say. Now he said, Disney trolling hard at Jordan's son. Trolling. You know what? You just out of line, boycott.
I don't know, man. He's on point.
I mean, look, Marvel knows. Listen, you know the old saying, Herschel? Negative press is better than no press. Juwan says Marvel's going to try to sabotage this. They never believed that Black Panther was even going to be successful. When the movie first came out, they never had faith in it. I'll say this. I remember back when they announced that Marvel was going to do a Black Panther movie. And my words, and I quote, these are the words I said out of my own mouth. They better do it right. That was before the movie was even, they just announced that that's what they were doing. I said, they better do it right. It's going to be a problem if they don't. And the thing is, that first movie we got, was it perfect? No. But it was as close as it could, quote unquote, get for a Black Panther movie. It was very engaging, very colorful, very relatable in terms of, the Black experience, that kind of thing. They did their thing on this, which is why I made $1 billion, right? But what happened was that quote that I said, that statement I made, they better get it right. It literally went left when Black Panther 2 came out. Here's the thing about that. How do you course correct? Because they have yet to do that. They're giving us shows. They're giving us video games. But they have yet to course correct. Now, the Ultimate Black Panther book that we're getting, I don't know how long it's going to go. I'm hoping that it goes a while. I'm hoping Eve Ewing's run continues to get better and better and better. But what if we get another book out of this, guys? I mean, would you be up for another Shuri run? Would you be up for?
Oh, I know you ain't just say Shuri.
Hey, I'm just saying, bro.
Boy, you finna get somebody touch this screen, man.
She's the Black Panther right now in the movies.
That's facts, though.
She's the Black Panther. What are we doing? I'm just saying.
Can I ask you guys a question? Did anyone really like the Shuri books?
Shuri.
You talking about you talking about the Shuri? You talking about the 12-issue run she did, or Shuri back in the Deadly Species Shuri? That Shuri.
I'm talking Claws of Panther Shuri. I'm talking her
see,
self-titled
Paul,
Shuri series. Did you guys?
There's that point. We have not gotten the right T'Challa on screen, and we have not gotten the right Shuri on screen.
Yeah. I have no problems with the Shuri that we saw. Well, let me take that back. I have no problems with them making Shuri a super scientist. That I have no problem. I love seeing, a young black woman who's into science and is intelligent being portrayed on screen. We have a number of those. We have Shuri, we've got Riri Williams, we've got Moon Girl. I love to see it. I just didn't like the fact that they did that by de-emphasizing T'Challa's intelligence himself. And in terms of seeing the real Shuri on screen, the real Shuri in the comics, before she got MCU'd, she was a fierce warrior. She was the hothead. T'Challa was like, yeah, I'm gonna be diplomatic and be measured in my approach before I stab this guy. And Shuri's like, nah, screw that. Let's go stab the dude. Let's stab him. Let's stab him now. Shuri was a hothead. She was like, cool.
I mean, she was a savage. She was a savage.
She was a savage in the comic books before she got MCU'd.
But they couldn't, and see, that's the other thing too. Why you think they did that? Why did they declaw her?
I would have loved to have seen that version. What MCU woman superhero, what superheroine in the MCU have we seen have that type of savage mentality?
And been one.
Closest it might be Valkyrie. The closest, I would say.
Black Widow.
What?
Black Widow will give you that work.
Yeah, maybe Black Widow. But there hasn't been much.
No, it hasn't. I mean, listen, they want to sell tickets. They can't really go there like that, Paul. They're not going to go with an R rating. They're going to continue to put out PG-13 family films. That's their bread and butter. That's if they're going to continue to do
PG-13 and kick ass. I have no problems with that. I want to see a superhero be allowed to kick ass.
I want to see more than this too, because right now
you got to watch. You got to go to Amazon and watch The Boys and Invincible for that, Paul. I'm just saying.
You have to go watch the real shows.
Yeah,
superheroes, Angel.
You want gore? You got to go over there. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna let nobody, put T'Challa or Shuri dig their claws into somebody's chest and pull it out. They ain't doing that. Not Marvel.
Not Marvel or AKA
Angel. Here's a question for you. What black superheroes, I don't care if it's independent, Marvel, DC, you name it, that you would like to see? Give me two.
Like to see
on the big screen. Even small screen. Disney Plus, Paramount, I don't care. Amazon.
On the big screen, I really would love for them to bring back Spawn.
No, superheroes. It's got to be a lady.
Heroine.
I mean, well, in the comic book, that's a good question.
It's got to be a lady. Okay, well, we need to save for the next ladies live. I mean, what's up?
Let me think. I'll come back. I'll circle back.
No, I mean, if you're gonna, I would like to see Storm, of course.
Yeah.
Well, see, okay, let's talk about Storm for a second, because Halle Berry, as beautiful as she is not a 6-foot dark-skinned black woman. I'm sorry, like.
Vixen.
She's gonna be in the Deadpool movie.
That bothered me. You needed somebody that has a presence, not that cute pixie like Tinkerbell. Okay, they had Tinkerbell and gave her,
We need a disclaimer for Angel too.
Derek
was supposed to create a disclaimer for Angel after the last show she did.
Tinkerbell, but Storm is not Tinkerbell, because that's what they did. And that took away so much of the power and presence of Storm. Period. Like, you talking about them making Black Panther into a mantle. I mean, they destroyed Storm on the movies. Like, destroyed. She is not Tinkerbell. She's not anything to be messed with. She's a queen. She is a power. She's a force. She's a force of nature at that. So
We got to vote for Rocket too. I like that one.
I like this list by NBA Live Girl: Storm, Vixen, Rocky, Misty Knight. There you go. And I throw in Monica Rambeau, which, by the way, do any of us think Monica Rambeau is ever going to have her own solo movie at this point?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. We might not ever see her again the way they just did her. She's probably gone, bro. I'm not even listening. Richard's laughing, but I'm dead serious.
No. I honestly, Herschel, I agree with you. I don't know if we'll see her again just based on the end credit scene that we saw, but her having a solo film, I don't see that happening.
Dude, watch this, Paul. They're gonna show like that beast with Kelsey Grammer. Oh yeah, he'll be back, and then and after they'll do the whole X-Men movie, and you'll say to yourself, "Well, I'll be damned. Is this the same Kelsey Grammer that we saw in the Marvels?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, that was a different universe. We might touch on that." So y'all just gonna leave Monica Rambeau in limbo? Well, we gotta reset the MCU. You'll never see her again, man. That's it.
I mean, I think they definitely missed they definitely messed that up in the Marvels series or whatever. You know, nothing against Brie Larson, but I think that she should have been. Monica Rambeau should have been the focus of that movie. Absolutely. Even though Miss Marvel she stole the movie, but I think they should have put more emphasis on Monica Rambeau because of a power set, and that was the other thing too. They literally said in the movie that she could only see light. I'm like, wait a minute, girl, you are energy. What are you talking about? And so they there was a lot of shade in the Marvels.
I hate to say this. I like Monica. I like Monica better before she had her powers. In WandaVision, I like that character better than what I saw in the Marvels.
But keep in mind, remember in the DCU how they did Cyborg. The reason why they was like, oh, Cyborg was supposed to have a bigger role, but what happened? They had to edit. There was so much editing going on.
Right.
I think we're gonna find out there might be a real director's cut.
I would love for a director's cut of the Marvels because Nia DaCosta, the director, said there's a lot they had her cut out.
Of course. I mean, it was an hour and 45 minutes. It was an hour and 45-minute movie in the theaters. You know, most average Marvel movies are 2.5 hours.
You know, they took a lot out.
So Eric says Captain Marvel doesn't resonate with a lot of people. Hard sell. That doesn't resonate with people for some reason, even in the comics. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. When it comes to superheroes, we know who gets the most. We got T'Challa over here. You got Storm over here. Monica, man. Like people try to rah for her, bro, but she doesn't really get a whole lot. Now the actress, you had some guys kind of go crazy over her for a little while, but
here's the thing. I get what you're saying, Archer. Here's the thing. Let's not get it twisted. Monica Rambeau was head of the Avengers for a while.
Yeah. Yes.
We know that. But these jokers out here, they don't.
If they're doing Secret Wars, she was right up in the original Secret Wars too.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Back in the day, the only one that they allowed to write her was Dwayne McDuffie. He did 2 issues for her. No one else. She had no solo title or whatever. They literally kept her in Avengers Purgatory, but she was the leader of the Avengers for the most part. And then when they decided not to do nothing with her, they took her off the team, and then she shows back up.
Her name.
Yeah, they kept changing the name. That's the reason why Eric she never resonated, because she never was Photon. She never was Spectrum. She wasn't Captain America long enough. They kept changing her name. They kept changing her identity. So it's hard for people to like really gravitate to you or whatever. If one day you're this and next day you're that, and to me it was all silly. Either way, but they messed up. They messed up to that, and I don't think they're gonna be able to get that back. I know everybody's looking.
I want to talk about what Louisiana Kid and Wayne Ashford's post right here. He goes, "What about these other characters like Cardiac?" And then Wayne Ashford said, "Not just Cardiac, but Night Thrasher, Rage, Sam Wilson." Sure. Here's the thing. I'm glad he raised this issue. If you watched the trailer for the Madam Web movie coming out?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
You saw they had a young black woman playing a character. What character is she playing?
Spider Woman.
What?
No, she's not.
It is a version of Spider Woman.
I forgot who it was.
It ain't Valerie. It ain't Valerie, bro.
No,
it's not the black girl. It's Maddie. Her name is she's Maddie. She's a race swap. But she's
correct. Just stop there. Mm-hmm. They did a race swap.
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty. This is my point. The reason we don't get your Cardiacs and your Night Thrashers and your Rage, etc., is because in the MCU or in these mainstream movies, they will not take original black characters. The emphasis now is we're going to race swap or gender swap a character rather than use characters that they already own the rights to.
Can we just stop this and give a moment of silence for the MCU?
No.
They could have done Val the Librarian. They could have done Spider Bite.
Twice though, Paul. Remember the Spider-Verse movie. You could have used it there, but you decided to use Jessica Jones. And now you just brought this one.
Look,
so it's just...
Jay, I like Jay's comment. Jay said it'd have been better if Monica got introduced in a Spider-Man film like her comic debut. She would have popped more. Exactly. I 100% agree with that.
That would have organically grew the fan base if it was done just like
the comics,
comic books.
There's so no need to do all of these race swapping of characters when we have all of these plethora of black superheroes.
Well, you know
that they just don't introduce.
But you know that's that bait and switch so that those that are against us can stay angry. It's just more meat for the alligators. That's all.
Yeah,
but also too, look at all the AI art that you see online. Are they original black characters, or are they the black Batgirl, black Batman, black Aquaman? They're always a black folks.
You know what? Listen, Herschel. You know what? We got 2,000 people. Hold on, no. Let me say this. For the Bama out there that made that AI of black Batman with the afro, I do not like you, and it is my hope that you lose $1 out your bank account every day until you make right by Batman, because that is. Bruh, that is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. You got the cowl on, he got a big old afro.
Listen to this point. Does a black Batman exist? Absolutely. Does a black Superman exist? Absolutely.
The Fox family.
Yes, we get all that. But Hollywood, I'm gonna let you go. Hollywood knows that as much as black folks be like the camp of black folks be like, yo, original, y'all keep race swapping. We even align ourselves with white folks who don't like us with the same sign. Stop race swapping. But there's still just as much of a bigger camp that's like, no, I want to be I want to be Scarlet Witch. Why can't Scarlet Witch be black? You know, there's people out there that says, I want a black, I don't know, give me a white Thor. You know how many black Thors are sitting out there on AI right now? The people that's getting 1 million views. Black people love that type of stuff. We pretend like we don't. Now I ain't talking about folks on the
Listen, it's nothing wrong with it's nothing wrong with going over in your brain. What would it look like to be? But the problem is, if you know history, first of all, you know a black Thor is insulting because that's literally Aryanism at its.
Yeah, especially when you can just introduce Shango instead.
Who's Shango? But that's African. Like, I don't know anything about that. This is America. You'll see them Yahoo say that too.
And then it's like, go read a Thor comic. Shango's in the Thor comic.
Yeah.
All I know is that Long as y'all keep going to the theaters and buying $25 popcorn and $50 slushies, they're gonna keep pulling this track. Like I said, moment of silence for the MCU.
All right, here we go.
Dead on arrival.
Moment of silence.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Did we also give a moment of silence for Nightcrawler? I know he ain't black, but bro, that was some devastating news, bro. I'm sorry.
No. Nobody's checking for Nightcrawler, dude. Come on.
That was some devastating news.
No, we don't need no more.
You know what? I will simply say, as someone who likes Nightcrawler,
I love it. It's my guy.
I just don't, some stuff is just, out of line. They were out of line for that.
My mom is my dad, and my dad is my mom.
Right, but let me add some of the attraction to the race swapping, and I'll say this because I'm a cosplayer. When one of me goes and plays a particular character, there is a lot of people that say, "Why are you playing that?" Just because. So, just for an example, if I wanted to be Scarlet Witch, obviously I'm not going to put on white paint and whatever. I'm going to go as myself and just have the robe and the crown on, and the gloves and the boots. That, you know what I mean? But you will find people at these conventions that are absolutely insulted and tell me I need to stay in my lane.
Yeah.
But you will also see those same people not jump camp and try to look like any black characters. And so in their mind, outside of, we could call it racism, what have you, they think it's just strange because that's not their norm. Their norm is, we got a plethora of characters that we love, we're gonna go look like them. How come black folks won't do that? And a lot of them think like that. Yeah. I almost want to agree. Yeah, we got tons of them too that need some damn exposure. That need to be, but we know if I go and dress up like a concrete character, if I go dress up like a Godhood character that a lot of people aren't familiar with, I'm not gonna get as many likes, I'm not gonna get as many clicks.
Right.
Who's gonna photo with me? People will come up and ask me who I am. So we got to change that narrative and be. And now listen, I know some people will push back and say you can cosplay whoever you want to cosplay. You should, but there should be more of a balance in our community because we got a lot of black characters that don't get hardly any look-sees just in the movies and the comics, but at least in the cosplay. There's some dope. Go ahead. I'm done.
I mean, look. I would say that
have Black Panther shirts on. Is that like who planned that? Because I got Black Panther on.
Oh, I grabbed mine after the show started, and I saw everybody else.
Nobody gave me the memo. Lord knows I got dozens of Black Panther stuff. Am I literally the only person without a Black Panther shirt on?
The Cult of Bast is left out.
Hey, pull his card. Pull his card.
I put on my Black Panther hat. How about that?
Frustrated says, y'all know that after the Black Panther movie was done, the highest selling costume was with kids was Black Panther, and there were a ton of white boys that wanted to be Black Panther. Look, listen, Herschel put up a skit today with a little fat white boy playing T'Challa. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. That was funny, Herschel. I was like, boy, this don't make no sense. But
I was a little offended though when he said my mom told me something. He said, "Well, Black Panther's mom is dead." I'm like, "Yeah, but you got to say it like that." That's
the movie that they did. I
can't say that.
Let's do the inventory. They have killed 2 Black Panthers. No, three Black Panthers on screen. T'Challa through disease, T'Chaka in Civil War, and then they killed Queen Ramonda. How is it possible?
Well, let's count the white deaths. They got Quicksilver, they got Iron Man, they got Gamora, one of the Gamoras, but she's good. Well,
Iron Man gave his life though. That had to happen. It had to happen. So
I mean, people saying T'Challa had to die. You got people saying that too. Idiots saying that too.
They killed Loki.
Killmonger. Forgot about Killmonger too. He died. You got Black Widow dead. You know, she had a movie after she died, but that was in the past.
Loki number 1.
Are we really counting up racial depth?
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Rich. I'm like, what the fuck
You
is doing
started
right
it,
now?
Richard.
Come
You
on,
started
man.
it.
I'm just saying, no. But Black Panther is literally one part of the franchise. I'm like, you literally killed Queen Ramonda, you killed T'Chaka, now you killed T'Challa. Shuri's by herself.
By herself, except for the little bastard TJ, the Skrull.
You know, hey, listen, guys, we're at 1 hour, so it's time to go. You were late on the trigger on that, Derek.
Oh, sorry. Paul didn't warn me.
You can't call TJ.
Look, so we did put a poll out there. Here's the results of the poll. Are you excited for the Eyes of Wakanda show? 58% yes, Paul.
The nose
58%. Yeah. No's 25%. Don't care 17%. Yeah.
Somebody on this chat.
58% is not impressive. Just so you know,
it's still more than half.
More than half. If I gave you a 58% on an exam, would you be happy?
Funny. Boy, 360.
This is an exam.
That's not even passing in grade school. That's not even passing in grade school. That's numbers for the A list. For the A list, black.
Hey, the MCU is grading themselves on a curve.
Come on, man.
The MCU is grading themselves on a curve, obviously.
Hey, let me ask this wild and crazy question. I'm gonna ask it to Paul, Mr. Paul White Davis. Mr. Paul, in a perfect
don't say my whole government name online. Damn.
Listen. Let's say in a perfect world, Chadwick Boseman's not dead. They created Storm. We had a whole wedding scene. They got married, and maybe alluded to a kid. What would be the next chapter that you would like to see in a perfect world? This is a hard question to ask, given what has
that's not a hard question.
It is an
easy question. Gotta let you finish. Go ahead.
But given the tragedy and given some more tragic looking stuff that's on the way, and having to deal with that, slide that out the way, and literally give me a response. What would you like to see for a post wedding with T'Challa and Storm?
Reggie Hudlin's run.
You want all that?
Mm-hmm. Where T'Challa and Storm are the preeminent super couple in the Marvel universe, that they are categorically taking leadership of the entire world. Storm as being an X-Men leader and a mutant leader of that whole thing. T'Challa taking his place as a world leader and having the whole world fear this black couple taking over the world. That's what Reggie Hudlin wrote. And he took it a step further in the only two. There's only been two, all the years Black Panther's been around, there's only been 2 Black Panther annuals. And in both of those annuals, written by Reginald Hudlin, they were called Black to the Future, Part 1 and Part 2. And in those annuals, he projected what they would have been in the future and how they took over the world. How various villains were bodied by T'Challa and Storm, how they made peace with Atlantis, how Namor's family and T'Challa's family actually intermarried. T'Challa has a trophy room with Magneto's helmet and Dr. Doom's helmet and all these guys he's killed, and his grandson's asking him, do you regret all the people you killed? He's like, nah, the world's stable and you're
and I can see the white guys walking in and say, who wrote this? A black guy?
Right. Well, Black Panther can't do all that. Yeah, he can. He just, when you don't write him to be restrained, yes, Black Panther.
I will settle for a Ultimates run with them fighting Thanos or
man, I ain't gonna hear you.
Hell no, because Black Panther in the Ultimate Universe is terrible.
Jefferson Pierce. It's called it. If Jefferson Pierce shows up at Eye of Wakanda, you give it 5 stars. I already know what you're gonna do. You don't even care. As long as Jefferson Pierce.
Look. My guy is my guy, and all I want DC to do is give him a title. That's all I want.
Black Panther, like most comics, is a black male power fantasy. The idea is if you focus on lesser males and females, Wakandans, you make the black males less interested in being heroes in real life. Critical Dre, it's comic books. It's all fantasy.
Why do I feel like I know Critical Dre? I feel like that's a burner account.
Critical Dre's out trolling you. You probably know him from the troll meetings.
I have to go back.
He's probably one of your members.
That's
black male power fantasy. It's all fantasy. It's comic books, dude. Come on.
But I think the point was the fact that taking away the focus from Black Panther and moving it to other characters that are lesser means that there's less interest overall in that black male power.
But now that I think about it, he has a point, because isn't that what's happening right now?
Yeah, that's
so I take back what I said. I take back the.
I don't think he's trolling. I think he's making a good point.
Yeah.
When you phrase it like that, Critical Dre, I take back.
Reread it.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So a few things, Paul. I didn't know. Did you want to spend a little bit of time on any of the posts recently in the community? And then
let's check out. Let's go to the Facebook page and see what people talk about.
I'll let you take the lead, Paul. If you have any that you remember.
There's one post you should not read though.
We need to. Now everybody disclaimer need to go up.
Not mine, because I already have He Who Trolls on my thing. That's my disclaimer.
So if anybody's not familiar, we've got a Facebook community, Black Comic Lords. We also have a second one called Black Superheroes Forever. There are posts taking place in those communities all the time. We just wanted to spotlight some of the most noteworthy of those for a few minutes.
Yep. All right, give me a second. Let me pull this up. How do I share my screen?
Now, if we roast y'all, don't take this personal.
All right, so let's check out our Facebook page. For those of you watching us in YouTube land, if you really want to get the nitty-gritty of who the Black Comic Lords really are, you need to check out our Facebook page. Here it is. So we're just scrolling. Courtney Akana. What are the highlights of this week? You guys stop me as I'm scrolling and tell me what you want to talk about that you saw on the page this week. What were the hot topics? Look at all these icon and hardware covers.
Antonio's been racking up. He's got the MLK and Malcolm X cover.
Yeah, that's sort of sweet. Shout out to Antonio Smart.
Yeah,
that's a nice little pickup.
Are comic books not a form of mythology? They are.
Hey, they are. By the way, this was a good idea to go through the Facebook. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but I like the interaction here.
Who did this trash Black Comic Lord variant?
Oh, come on.
I joke. This is actually really good, Herschel.
That's not a variant, is it? That's not a Herschel variant, is it?
That's a Herschel variant.
That's
okay.
Variant, yeah.
What we got?
I'm looking forward to picking up this Storm cover. That's dope.
That's pretty.
So does she make snow come around her body?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Homie got a Wild Star #1. He need to be blocked. Wild Storm, really? You got that for a quarter.
I need to get this as well. The Dawn of DC Speed Force. See, it's got Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Low key.
That's pretty cool.
Mr. Terrific in DC Comics is like popping up everywhere.
I hope
they're really building that up.
So Paul, can you go ahead and answer my question that you know I'm finna ask? You know what I'm finna ask you.
What's that?
Come on, Paul. Is
no
Mr. Terrific going to be? Are they going to try to? Is DC going to drop their you know what and try to make Mr. Terrific a Black Panther-ish type character over there?
I think if they're smart, then yes. Is that what my preference would have been? No. There are other Black characters I think should have gotten more shine than Mr. Terrific, but he doesn't have any superheroes. He doesn't have any superpowers except for his massive brain, so he's not really much of a.
Well, that's a superpower all by itself, sir.
It is, but if you're talking about what's going the black male power fantasy, he's not a threat physically, right? Like if you're putting him up against Black Adam, you're not going to sit there and go, "Oh, Mr. Terrific got taken on Black," or Superman for that matter.
Well, they didn't. They tried to do like a soft introduction for Calvin Ellis and a couple of other world supermen, and the society out there in large hated the idea, and they thought it was a race swap, not realizing Calvin's been around forever. So I think their soft introduction to these other characters, because they do want a comparable to Black Panther over on the DC side.
Yeah, they had it. They had Green Lantern. They could have done. They could have let Cyborg do his solo movie. They didn't do that.
Well, they chopped up Cyborg, man.
Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me.
Cyborg was supposed to have his own film.
Yep. That part.
They canned it. So I mean, they're not really interested in that.
Well, they went after Ray Fisher personally. That was a whole fight.
And he went after them too. He went back after them hard.
Oh yeah,
he's probably blacklisted too.
Did good. I was very proud of him. He stood up for
now. Speaking of DC, did anyone pick up this Titans Beast War Amanda Waller book?
Talked about it last week, Paul. Yeah.
Yes, I have it somewhere. I forgot to read it. I put it away.
This book was fire. Shout out to Chuck Brown for doing the blackest DC book. I know Hershey's going to say it's not the blackest DC book. I say it's the blackest DC book of all time. That doesn't have a milestone imprint on it.
No.
It's interesting. No one ever paused in the book and said, "We're having a black team up" or something cheesy like that.
All 4 days.
It wasn't like, "Hey, why are we all black and we're all teaming up together and fighting the big bad?" That never came up. I like that. It was natural. Huh?
Question from Jay. Paul, Herschel. I know Angel, you said you'll be at MegaCon, but Paul and Herschel, you going to MegaCon?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to MegaCon.
Yeah, I think we're going to MegaCon.
Second Sight's doing a big thing that Angel's working on. Hush, hush. We can't talk about it yet. Angel, you're still working on that, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's.
I mean,
shout out the Second Sight though. We got our copies of Shook yesterday, the digital copies.
Yes, we had our digital copies yesterday for those that did the Kickstarter, and it is fire. I love it so far.
Shout out to Vernez Hayes. He's one of the few, probably this other guy in the fraternity of variants. And one of his variant covers, variant scenes, he does a lot of verses, was a Spawn versus Black Adam. It reached 4 million people. So that's huge. Shout out to him, Vernez Hayes.
Can we pull that up?
Yeah. Right there.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
4.8 million views.
Like, I don't think we've ever just had a normal post like that. We've been in a million a couple times, but 4? That's a big
4.8 million views on this picture. Wow.
Hey,
I don't know why. I mean,
well, Image and DC need to get on that then, because that means there's money out there. Make it happen.
Exactly, Angel.
Have they ever done something like that, though, guys?
I'm here for it because I love Spawn.
Has Spawn ever tangled with Marvel and DC? Well, yeah,
Marvel,
Batman.
Yeah,
He fought Batman.
Yeah, Spawn was in Batman. Yeah,
twice, and I think Spider-Man made.
I have both those books.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Spawn. Spawn is dope.
Hey, stop right there. Go back up.
Oh, here we go.
Bro, that Storm VHS action figure, it usually retails for like in the 20s, 30s. I think this one here was like $7.99 or $3 or $4, $5.99.
That was a good
find that, man. Grab it.
That was a good find.
Yeah,
that's an action figure.
Yes, sir. But it's in the VHS little case. But it's got like it looks like the from the cartoon, but she looks like a normal action figure, but it's kind of
cartoonish.
Is that from Ross?
Was
that from Ross?
That's from Ross.
Yeah, it says Ross.
I didn't see. Yeah, I wish I'd have found that one at my Ross. I would have picked it up.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of blue Marvel.
Dude,
Marvel
that's
Legends.
a problem for me, Derek. Why are there so many freaking blue Marvels?
I know, it's weird. I found one and I got it cheap, but I was like,
man, they selling blue Marvels for $7.99.
Well, that's because they
didn't overprint it. They couldn't have overprinted.
No, I think what they did was they hedged their bets, and it tells me that Blue Marvel probably should have popped up in the Marvels.
Yes.
It's probably
and
a scene that was deleted.
That's what to me speaks to it, because there's no way all of a sudden you have this much merchandise just pop up out of nowhere, and it winds up where of all places Ross. You know, not Walmart, not Target. It's at Ross. It's a discount store.
Target first. All last year was there.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, but now all of it is at these discount stores, because again, they got to sell this stuff somewhere, so that's where it's going to go.
Yeah,
What happened to that actor who was going to Marvels with Anthony Shamik Moore?
I got two, but I got to show you this. Paul, you said it was $7.99. I got mine for $5.99.
They dropping the price.
Hold on.
They dropping the price.
That's crazy.
That's bonkers.
But
that is disrespectful. That is absolutely disrespectful.
They had 3 of them in my store. I picked up 2.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something else though. I was at the most of you guys have been in this group. The obscure and forgotten characters. Somebody posted them, and a lot of people say, "Yeah, I don't really know much about them." Now, this is obviously it's not a black-centered space, but honestly, outside, even if you go to like CBSI, like a lot of those guys, they know the book is hot, but they don't know much about the character and the way that he's depicted in the comics. That's a new look with the boots and the jackets. More look. So you'll understand. A lot of people still don't know much about Blue Marvel. In our spaces, we do. We got his books, we collect, we hoorah him, but there's a lot of people. He's still pretty obscure.
Herschel, is this Blue Marvel's first figure? Has he had one before now?
No, this is his first one.
This is first. But did he have a Funko? Does he have a Funko?
No, he doesn't have a Funko.
Right?
Okay. And Bo Big, good point. This, Rich, you made this point on Sunday, right? You want to see him, in his cape and his helmet.
Yep. If he had a cape and a helmet, I think more than half of them would have sold. This is like maybe about 20 of them probably sold nationwide, because there's not a lot of people.
I mean, look, listen. The thing with Blue Marvel is, the unfortunate part of the Blue Marvel situation is those of us who have the first comic book, because that comic book literally was 100% spec. And that spec right now is dead for the most part.
Yeah.
And so that book is going to maintain its quote unquote price because of the scarcity of it, or the print run being so low.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yeah. But that definitely hurts, man. But yeah, they to me, Blue Marvel should have showed up in the movie. And that might would have.
So what happened to the brother who was cast to be in the Marvels who never showed up?
I got your answer, Paul. If you go to Fandom and Jamel, whatever his name is, is it
Shamik Moore?
Shamik Moore. It says the Marvels, and then that's it. It won't go to. I think that's part of the editing that he got cut out. But I think he was 100% going to be Blue Marvel. Who else was he going to be?
That dude was going to be Blue Marvel in the movie.
Yeah.
He may not have suited up, but I guarantee you he probably had a cameo where he's like, "Yeah, I'm Dr. Adam Bashir."
Now, I will say that, so you guys got up the DC Outsiders #2. That's the I guess the
yeah, this is why I have this. I wanted to talk about this. I read the Outsiders last night. This is not a superhero book. It is. I had to check the writer because I swear to God it was a Mark Millar book. That's how well written it is. It is an adventure story. It's just such an off genre science fiction adventure Indiana Jones type of story.
Yep,
just happened.
Pretty good story. No one's talking about it. That's the sad.
Yeah, no one's talking about it. It's a damn good book. It's a damn good, very well written, very well written. This Green Lantern War Journal story, also very well written, and the art is spectacular.
Yeah.
The art is good on both of these books.
Yeah.
But the art in Green Lantern War Journal is really, really exceptional. There's stuff to read out there, fellas. I mean, if you can't sit there and say there's all everything that's coming out now is trash. Not everything.
No,
Granted, not a lot is that good, but if you look, there is good stuff to read and collect that's out there. Absolutely.
The Wildstorm Waller issue 4 came out today or yesterday, I should say.
That shout out to Evan Narcisse.
Yep.
Excellent book. I love that book. I was a big fan of Wildstorm and Image Comics in the 90s back in the day with Battalion and Stormwatch. Having him incorporate that universe into the DC universe so seamlessly is just brilliant. Brilliant. Just well written.
Yep. That's a good book. And of course, Blade came out today. And it's amazing.
I mean, we can't play the audio, maybe, but just look at the visuals on this new Brian Hill Ultimate Black Panther book. This just looks dope. Stefano Caselli was a great artist. Wakanda's under attack again. Wakanda's always under attack. You ever notice that? But who's the Moon Knights? Ra and Khonshu, two black villains. This is the War of Africa. Don't get it twisted. Literally, they call this the war over the continent of Africa. Can I just back this video up a little bit? Look at this. No.
All right, we get a strike. Okay. Stop playing with the money, Paul.
I'm just 10 seconds is
Stop playing with the money. Stop playing with the money. I'm gonna say it again. Stop playing with the money.
Oh.
I'm just trying to show this one little image.
I know you're trying. You're trying to get us broke too.
It's like $20 with this line.
Trying to get us broke.
Look at the way T'Challa is just sitting on the throne like that. It's got some swagger right here, man. I'm assuming this must be Shuri, maybe, and this is supposed to be the new Okoye with hair, right?
Well,
no.
When they updated the uniform, it did have a blue tint to it, so it's possible. Not.
I mean, the lower part, this part right here, kind of looks like the regular Dora Milaje outfit,
right?
So I think this is Ultimate Okoye, and I think this is Ultimate Shuri.
Yeah. Ultimately, we'll see it in stores in February. Stay tuned. We did get some news about somebody brought up Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer.
Oh man, that's such a good comment.
And we got news. We got news a couple of days ago, or yesterday, I want to say, that Blackula and Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer are going to be in the book together.
Yes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Rodney Barnes and the good people over here.
Yes.
Shout out to David Crownson and Rodney Barnes.
Yeah. So guys out here collabing for real.
Yep, we got to get it done. Take over the world.
Especially a shout out to Rodney Barnes, because he is with the success that he's having. He is not above trying to give exposure to these other characters and these other artists. And I have nothing but full respect for that.
And he's doing more than exposure. He's kicking the damn doors down and shoving them through it. It's wonderful. It's beautiful to watch.
What is Frustrated asking?
Massive Comics. No, that's Zombie Love Studios.
Yeah.
Zombie Love Studios.
ODB, as you can see.
ODB of the Wu-Tang Clan gets his own graphic novel set in a sci-fi hip-hop New York City.
That might be interesting.
Well, they had a comic years ago, and I have one, a certified copy.
Yep.
So it'll be nice.
Nine Rings of Wu-Tang.
9 Rings of Wu-Tang. There's still a couple issues of that I'm missing.
Speaking of Wu-Tang, though, they are going to be doing a Las Vegas residency.
Are you kidding me?
No. So you guys can, at some point next year, get your coins together and go check out Wu-Tang in Vegas. So
that's
awesome. Something I would want to see.
I actually saw them in concert just a couple months ago over in Tampa, and then the whole clan was there too. Even ODB's son was doing his roles.
Aww.
That was a dope concert. It was Wu-Tang and Nas. with jeez, De La Soul.
Oh wow!
And filling in for Trugoy was from Black Star. What's his face? Talib Kweli filled in for Trugoy for De La Soul. It was a dope.
I haven't seen any of them in person in decades.
Yeah, and who did I run into that concert? Marcus Roberts.
Oh yeah, he did mention that.
Check out this question.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Blade in Ultimate BP's Brian Hill's audition for writing the next main BP series? I don't think so. I think that I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't think it is. Brian Hill right now has got his hands full with Blade. And that's a very, very good series. I can't emphasize that enough. And here's the thing. The book that he's writing right now, I'm not going to spoil it for you, Angel, but I will say this. That if you're reading some other Marvel books, particularly one in particular, you get a nice surprise at the end of it.
Okay.
You get a nice surprise. But here's the thing. Most of y'all probably not even, but it's a good book. I promise you. The other Marvel titles, I don't want to spoil it, but I mean that I can't talk about it. I'm not gonna mess it up for you, Angel.
Okay.
Hey, who's scrolling on this? That Paul is you?
That's me.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a Blade.
Yeah, I've got the next Blade. That's I can't wait. I'll read that once we're done.
Yeah, that's a good. There's a variant. One of my LCS guy, he tried to sell me a variant today of Blade. I don't know if we got it, but it was a nice variant. But that's definitely a good issue. That is a very good issue. Very good issue. So I mean, Brian Hill is doing his thing, and so for him to be doing that and then doing Ultimate Black Panther, I think he's good where he is. You know, Dr. Eve Ewing is look, the solicits for what she's doing in the future, like up to like issue 9 right now. Eve Ewing ain't going nowhere. Dr. Ewing ain't going nowhere. So y'all better get comfortable. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll be so how far did John really go?
14? 15 long, painstaking.
It
wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad for me either.
Y'all insane. I love
this. What it had a buffalo soldier on top of a buffalo, Paul. So what?
Yeah, good job on that, Herschel.
Yep.
This is pretty cool.
Yep.
What's our artist been up to? The artist that actually created that.
He's working on selling his book.
Okay.
Nice. Shout out to Sabian.
Listen, this green team comic, that could be a series. Because all those kids got money. Now there's this one black kid, and they'll probably race swap another kid, but I'd watch that.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm getting ready to go watch some TV. So we 90 minutes in. Time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Time to go. We were supposed to just give them a teaser tonight. If you guys like what you heard tonight, hit us up behind the scenes, whatever. We want to be here every Wednesday night doing this. And it may be a chance to get look, Herschel Thorne. I'm just saying, bro, it's time to go. We've been here. We both only do an hour show. We're not getting into this 2-hour range on no Wednesday night. Everybody here got jobs. Everybody's employed. Everybody got things to do. We all got families. We all got interests. We all got a life to get to. If I want to go and watch some old Black Lightning cartoons or whatever, that's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
What? Well, listen, but stick around because I got Kevin Feige in. Nah, I'm lying. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
But before we go, I wanted to show something that I got at the last Comic-Con because I really like this book.
What con was that?
It was in North Carolina. So this is
Tuskegee Airs.
Tuskegee Airs. 50 copies of this one made. So I was really, I got to spend quite a bit of time with Greg Burnham.
Was that the one I told you to get me? Gosh darn it!
He didn't have any more left by the time you told me. So yeah, this is nice. But
really nice.
and by the way, if you
I just
haven't
have the
looked at
other
a
one.
series, Little Rock Files, maybe we can play that commercial on the way out. I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet.
This book?
There it is, right here. Yeah, absolutely. How was it, Paul?
I haven't read it yet. I just got it.
Oh, he told me
Rock
he put a whole lot of 90s Easter eggs in there. So if you grew up in the 90s, child or teenager age of the 90s, love that book. So
if you have a picture of Wildstar, now I'm gonna throw it away.
Man, you hating on that comic.
So maybe on the way out, we'll just quickly play our Greg Burnham video.
Yeah. Look, guys, we got to get up out of here.
This because Black Comic Lords don't support Black indies. Apparently,
that's stop that foolishness. We got to get out of here. Please. Paul, are you guys doing a show Friday?
I don't know, man. Mark just be tripping, man. I might have to do solo shows because Mark is always busy.
All right.
Yes, the answer to your question is yes. I'm doing a show on Friday. Whether or not Mark will be there, I don't know.
I'm still giving away a comic. I'm doing the Photon one. So I might.
And when is that? When is that giveaway, and what do people need to do?
Go to my Instagram, A4Amazing. It is the one posted. Follow the instructions. You have to follow me, like, share, and it'll be called on the 20th, just so I can mail it out in time for Christmas.
That's what's up.
There you heard it.
Right. Now on to him that is able to keep us from. Come on, Richard, do your benediction, man.
Yeah, this ain't real talk, Rich. We do real talk. We do the benediction. I will give you some advice. Don't go out at night, okay? With that said, stay inside. Read a comic book. Read a Black comic book.
Read a book.
The freaks come out at night.
Everybody with a Black Panther shirt on.
Yes.
I got a hat.
Shirts only, Paul.
I got the Black Panther hat.
Kind of forever. That's what's up. Recast the child.
All right.
Recast Luke Charles.
Hey, before I go, Paul, we got to jump on that. We are going to start selling Mark Safe from John Ridley's run on blackcomiclords.net. So
we're selling what? Mark?
We're gonna start selling Herschel Mark Safe from John Ridley's run.
I survived.
We definitely won't be on no email list from no company.
Shout out to Johnny Law and his Ministry of Compliance. Good book, by the way. Hey, Paul, you know what I'm gonna do, Paul? I might just buy one and send you a copy.
There you go.
You don't have to do that. It'll just sit on my. It'll just sit.
Hey, wait. Last question for tonight. I want. This is a serious question. Paul, if you happen to be out of state, in state, at a con, and you happen to walk by John Ridley's table, what are you doing?
Punch him in the face and say why.
Now you just starting stuff.
I believe Paul. Paul's not gonna shake his head and just have a kind. No, something's gonna happen.
No, you know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you, he gonna forget that he's Paul White Davis, attorney-at-law. He gonna
go on the internet day.
He gonna go straight Jamaican. Bumba clock the watch, boy.
I can neither confirm nor deny what actions I may or may not take against the outlaw American writer John Ridley. We still have warrants out for the arrest of this outlaw for his many crimes against the country of Wakanda and our great Emperor T'Challa. Until this man is brought to justice, the Wakandan people shall not rest. We are coming for you, sir, and you shall someday be brought to justice. Wakandan.
I did hear a rumor though. I heard that he's going to be doing the writing on the Eyes of Wakanda show.
Stop! Stop! That's not even funny.
Good night, y'all. We out.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
This is Derek Harrison of Black Comic Lords, and I'm here with Greg Burnham. You might know him from Tuskegee Airs. He's got several other titles, and this is a new one that's coming out in November.
November 22nd, Little Rock Files. It was a story that we originally did in Noir is the New Black, which is an awesome anthology y'all need to get if you don't have it. But we did a 6-pager in there, and we ended up getting asked to do a full book. So the interiors, I'm holding this one. These are 2 of the covers. The interiors are being done by Quinn McGowan, who did this book. Who did this poster cover. And then Marcus Williams, my co-creator on Tuskegee Airs, he did the art for this cover. And we also put like our original 6 pages in the book, just so you can have everything that we've done so far. It's a 1980s noir detective story that takes place in Little Rock, Arkansas. We actually put some reference some real things that were going on back in the time as far as the drug trade and dirty governors that turned into presidents, but that's a different story. Check it out, November 22nd. It will be in comic shops. If your shop didn't order it originally, get in there and ask them to get you a copy. We're trying to do some really good stuff with this book, and we appreciate you.